I'm just going to start off and say the pacing of this episode was rather bad. This episode should have been focused, it paced right, should have been focused on build up for Tina's fight with Rentaro. That's exactly what this episode should have focused on. But of course, this is going to be a short anime series, about 12 episodes, so of course they have to rush everything, which is fucking bullshit. But besides that entire factor, this episode was once again another rushed mess. So, let's explain all the different events that happened in this episode, okay? We have the bodyguards, we have the entire fights of Tina, we have the fucking Inju part. I mean, there's so many things that happen in this one given episode that it's just downright, you could tell it's rushed. So, let's start off with the beginning. Any tension we had from last week's episode, let's say if anyone thought, for instance, anyone thought Inju was going to die, or she was mortally wounded, something bad was going to happen to her, was completely wrong, and all that tension we felt from last week's episode with that cliffhanger was destroyed. I mean, less than a minute and two in this episode, all the tension that anyone felt was completely just crushed because we find out Inju's fine and that most likely she's going to make a full recovery in less than 2 days. So, the span of this episode, what we can get from this entire episode, this episode is 2 days total. And that's a lot of time in 2 days, the way they just rushed past this entire episode. But let's go back to the beginning wise. Okay, so we find out Inju is completely going to make a full recovery, and Inju's fine. Tina didn't kill her, which is kind of obvious, because I even mentioned in my last review that Tina wouldn't kill no one, because she even mentions she doesn't want to kill no one. So besides that entire factor, okay, we go into the second part with Sentenshi's bodyguards. My god, they're fucking dicks. I'm just gonna be honest here. The way they are introduced, there is no fucking logical backstory to these guards. The only thing I have gotten from these assholic fucking bodyguards is that they're way too fucking possessive over Sentenshi. They want Sentenshi for theirself. They don't care about keeping her alive. I think they just care to have her name and status. And it seems like they don't care that someone's fucking trying to kill her. I mean, last episode they wanted her in a fucking limousine. They might as well paint a fucking target overhead, a big fucking billboard sign following her. Because, I mean, that's exactly what they're trying to do to her. Like, in this episode, okay? They pretty much get all upset with Rentaro that suggested to make a fake bodyguard, okay? A fake bodyguard. They get all fucking upset because Rentaro is doing the logical thing. If you're in a situation where someone's trying to assassinate a top key member of the government, okay? Would you just put them in a fucking limousine and just drive down the road when some assassin already tried to shoot someone last fucking episode? I mean, think about that. So, honestly, as we can see here, Sentenshi's bodyguards are completely stupid. That's just all we see right here. Rentaro seems to be the only logical thinker, besides the starting part of this episode. The next part, we go into the training simulator thing that Rentaro decides to train in, figure out his skill and power level to how he compares up to Tina. We find out that Rentaro is a nice good skill level of 2,900, and Inju is a skill level of 8,900, makes Rentaro look kind of weak. And then you go into Tina's. 12,000! Over 12,000! Okay? And Inju couldn't defeat, okay, Tina. She was 8,000. And so, guess what Rentaro decides to do as a main character? I'm gonna go fight Tina. So, with a 2,900 skill level, okay, he decides to fight someone with a 12,000 skill level, and he thinks he's gonna do better than someone like Inju? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, okay, so, looking past the entire aspect of that, I understand what Rentaro's doing. He's trying to save Tina from dying, and trying to save Sentenshi at the same time, to where he could kind of change her. I understand what he's doing, he's taking matters into his own hands, but that is incredibly fucking dumb. I mean, who in their right mind just charges into an enemy like that? I mean, Inju got fucking whooped. Bad. I mean, it was obvious Tina could have killed Inju. It was obvious. And Rentaro thinks he could stand a chance when he doesn't have miraculous healing like fucking Inju? What? Oh, okay, so besides that entire factor right there, he goes in and fights, he reveals his Veranium-type body parts again, his arm, his fucking leg, you see his eye again, he starts to fight, he charges into a building, and we find out a little bit about the abilities of Tina. She can control these different modules that shoot miniguns at him from different angles, which is kind of interesting, I'll say, it was really interesting. The entire fighting section was badass. I like the atmosphere of it and the animation, it looked really cool, but it was obvious they tried to force and rush over this fight. I mean, it was completely downright fucking rushed through the entire beginning to the end, because this fight should have took it up longer time than it did, and it was just way too rushed. It should have lasted at least more than half an episode, because there was definitely a lot going on. And one thing that really bugged me about this entire fight, I don't know if it was in the light novels or manga, whatever this is actually based off of, but the entire fucking phone call. Rentaro, you're fighting someone that has a skill level of 12,000. You do not get on a fucking cell phone and start talking. I mean, that is stupid. This person whooped you, and you have time to talk on a fucking phone. I understand that Kisara is trying to help him out, determine the locations of, for instance, Tina. But why the fuck is Kisara helping him? I mean, we had no build-up exactly why Kisara was helping Rentaro. I mean, okay, I understand Kisara, likes Rentaro. It's obvious. But, I mean, why did, Kisara have the satellite coordinates of fucking Tina the entire time? Why could she tell where she was? Exactly why was Kisara helping him at the entire time? I mean, exactly what was she doing? I mean, we never saw a conversation between Rentaro and Kisara talking about let's go after Tina. We never got to see that, so what? So, maybe I missed something. Maybe I missed something about this episode, but the entire pacing of even the first half was just downright fucking bad. And then we get into the second half after Tina, she gets freaking owned by Rentaro. And, oh yes, I want to say Rentaro hits a fucking lolly girl for 4 stories or more. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up, okay? He hit a little girl. In truth, even though she's a cursed child, she is still a little girl he hit through building stories of a skyscraper. Yeah. So looking past that entire part, Tina gets shot. At first, I'm like, are you serious? Tina's gonna get killed. Now, this crazy bodyguard comes out of fucking nowhere and shoots Tina, okay? And he's pretty much just about to kill Tina, put bullets in her. And I mean, where the fuck did he come from? Why is he there? Why is he there? He came out of nowhere. Was he just sitting there pissing his pants while watching Rentaro and Tina fight it out? I mean, why wasn't he with Sentenshi, his beloved Sentenshi? Why was he not there guarding her? What? See, there's so many different plot inconsistencies that is just downright fucking awful. I want to love Black Bullet so much, but you can definitely tell that the pacing of this is bad. I can go on for a longer time, so I'm just going to end it here. Tell me your thoughts on Black Bullet this week. Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite moments about it? Do you feel like you wish the pacing was a lot better? Love you all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.